Hello, children. So, children, in our last class, we have discussed about the two orders. That was the first order and the second order, isn't it? That was about the clergy and novelty we have discussed. I hope that was been understood by you all. So, in our today class, we will discuss about the third order. Okay. Now, if we talk about the society, then definitely a question arises about cultivation. That is the land of the knights, lord, novel was there. Now, who will walk on those land? So, the one who was made to walk on that land were the third order. Clear? So, the third order is the peasant, but some peasant was free and some was unfree. Now, if we see about the three orders, in the first order, what we will see, the clergy is there, isn't it? Now, they were 1% of the people, but they own 10% of the land. That is, 10% of the land belong to the clergy. In the second order, we will find the novel, isn't it? And they were 2% of the people, but they own 25% of land. Now, in the third order, what we will see is that middle class people, peasant, worker, they were there. That is, 97% of the people were there in the third order and they own 65% of the land. So, in the third order, what comes? Middle class people, peasant, worker. Clear? And the peasant who were there in the third order, they were of two types. That was free and unfree peasant. Clear? So, the free peasant were those who had owned land, but noble were there who used to collect tax. Right? Now, to pay tax, they were not having money. So, what they used to do? They used to work as a tenant of the land and they also had to give military services for 40 days in a year to the Lord. Okay. Now, they had to provide unpaid services also, like digging of ditches, gathering firewood, building fence, repairing road and building. Clear? Even the girls and women, they used to weave clothes, made candles, press grapes to make wine for their lord. Clear? So this all work they used to provide as an unpaid. Clear? Now the free peasant, they had to pay taxes and it was only been paid by them and it was called the tally tax. That is the tax which was been directly paid to the government. That is, they had to pay this tax directly to the king. And the first and the second order, that was the clergy and nobility, do not have to pay those tax. Only this peasant they have to pay the tax. Clear? So this is all about the free peasant. Now, unfree peasant was also there, which comes under the third order. Now they used to work as a serf, which we call in Hindi gulam, on the land of the lord. But in return, they do not get any wages, nor they could not leave their job on their own will without the permission of their lord. Why? Because on the basis of the wageless system, they were made to take oath. So they could not leave the job and even they were bound to give their services to their lord. Okay. Now the serfs, they could not use other mill for grinding their flours. Clear? That is, the serf, they could only use their lord mill to grind their flour, lord oven to bake bread. Clear? That is, they could not use other mill to grind the flour to make the bread. Now the lord can only decide whom a serf should marry and whom he or she should not marry, and might give his blessing to serve upon his own choice, and but no payment of fee was been done. Clear? So this is all about the third order. Now next comes the England. Now the word feudalism was developed in England in 11th century, and out there Saxons and Angles, they came from Central Europe and they got settled in England in 6th century. But in 11th century, we could see that the King William of the Duke of Normandy with an army defeated the Saxon kings of England. So from that time, France and England were often at war. Clear? Now William first had the land mapped, and what he has done, he has distributed that section of the land to 180 Norman nobles who were migrated with him. That is, they were supporter of him, and to them he has distributed the land. And they could not use their knights for their private warfare. That is, the king, they could not use their knights for their private warfare, which was been forbidden in England. Understood? Now, next, the most important was the factor affecting social and economic relationship. We will discuss. Now, while the member of the first and second order saw the social system as stable and unchanging, there were several processes which were affecting the social and economic relationship. That is, slowly some changes has taken place. Like, first we will talk about the environment. Now, if we talk of environment in Europe at the beginning, that is in the 4th to 9th century, there was extreme cold climate. So the peasant was not able to do cultivation as the weather was not supportive for cultivation. So from 9th to 16th century, we could see that climate has changed as Europe entered to the warm phase, or we can say the temperature has increased, due to which it has a profound influence on the agriculture, and the peasants were able to do cultivation. Clear? Now, cultivation has increases. So, as the cultivation process increased, to understand the use of land become important. Right. Now, from 9th to 6th century, as cultivation was done, and during that time period, peasant was using primitive agriculture technology. That is, peasant used wooden plow by couple of oxen to plow their field for their cultivation. So, as they used primitive method, huge production could not be done, isn't it? So, they were not having a huge profit. So, this has led to the destroy of the fertility of the soil, and it has also caused frequent famine to the peasant. And due to this, the peasant were being affected, but novel had no effect of it. Why? As because they were collecting the tax, and the peasants were bound to pay the tax to the novel. Right. So, due to the changes of time, slowly, what we can see is that slowly they had implemented new technology like heavy iron tip plow and mold board replaced the wooden plow. Clear? Which could dig the soil more properly than wooden plow. Okay, and this has led to improve the cultivation process. Okay, as earlier, what they used to do is that they used to tie the belt on the neck of the animal, and later, as the time passes, they started tying the belt on the shoulder of the animal. That is, instead of the neck harassment, the shoulder harassment was being done to the animal. And when they started tying the belt on the shoulder, this has enabled the animal to exert more power upon the process for cultivation. Clear? For digging land, it become more easy because they could exert more pressure upon the land. Okay. Now, use of wind and water energy was used to improve the agriculture. So, as in the agriculture system improvement was done, so we could see that personal born base of feudalism got weakened. Clear? Now, novel, they collect tax, but peasant had to pay it. Rather, it can be the free or the unfree peasant, isn't it? Now, free farmer gives services of 40 days of military service to the lord. Unfree farmer give services as unpaid wage, isn't it? As technology improved, they started to do business. So, the lord, they started to ask the rent in cash instead of kind. And the free peasant, they used to do cultivation in their own land, and they grow crops normally, sell it to the trader, and they pay their tax. Clear? So, with this, we can say that changes has taken place in society, and with this system, when free and unfree peasants paid their rent in cash, a new order came into existence, and it was the fourth order. Clear? Now, and in this fourth order, what we could see is that it was of towns and townspeople. As there was a growth in agriculture, it has resulted in the growth of population, trade, development of town. Clear? Now, population of Europe had increased like 42 million in 1000 it was there, and in 1200 AD what we could see is that 62 million population was there, that is there was an increase in population. Okay, and 73 million population was there in 1300. Clear? So we could see that population was increasing. Why? As agriculture growth was there, people were getting sufficient food to eat for their survival, death rate has gone down, and peasants they had to pay rent in cash. Now they were not bound to work under the novel land. Clear? So peasant who has surplus grain, they began to sell their surplus production to the trader and they used to pay the rent. Clear? So as agriculture has increased and it become an able, that is to sustain higher level of population. Clear? And town began to grow. Clear? As agriculture has increased, production has also increased, and it was been sufficient for the peasant. How much they want, they are keeping for themselves, and the rest they are just selling it. Clear? With this, the population growth was there, and it has led to the growth of the town. Clear? And many serve, that is the gulam, carving to be free from the Lord. What they used to do, they used to run away and hide themselves in town, and their Lord, for 1 year they could not find them because they were searching for their serfs who has ran away, but they were unable to find the unfree peasant. Clear? So what we can see is that the basis of economic organization was the guild. It has the basic of economic organization, what it became was the guild, an association which control the quality of the product, its price and its sale. Clear? So out there in the town, the guild hall was the important feature. Okay, so where the head of the guild merchant, they used to meet for their meeting, discussion, any occasion they used to do in that guild hall. Clear? Now by the 11th century, new trade route with West Asia were developed, and Scandinavian merchant was sailing south from the North Sea to exchange fur and hunting hawks for clothes. Clear? English traders came to sell tin, and in France by the 12th century, commerce and crafts began to grow. So what we can see is that as the number of town grew and trade continued to expand, town merchant become rich and powerful, and it has revealed the power of the nobility. Understood? So children, today till this much. Thank you.